Hello, my name is Pragnesh and today we are going to continue with Python. So let's start with today's session. I welcome you all for the today's lecture and let me share my screen. So I hope you can see my screen and let me open with the document. And today we are going to touch the certain topics called how to use Pandas library, okay, how to use NumPy library, how to use OS library. So just to begin with, if I want to use any of this library, I have to use a line called import, where import is my keyword. OS stands for operating system, and that is the library I am going to use today for change of my working directory. Now what is working directory? Let us look at. So for that I am opening my software or a compiler that's called Spider, and in which we are going to run today's program. So let us consider that I am using my new file, and let me write it down my command. Increase some font size, import OS, and the moment I'll write it down my code, I am going to execute it, that is running, and just to check whether it's correctly written or not. If anything is wrong, is going to give you some error here. So it's giving me a prompt back that indicates that there are no errors. And let me import my next library here. So let me import pandas as PD. Now as I said that if it is some spelling mistake or some error, and if I try to execute this line, look at this. It's showing me an error that no module named PNDS, and we can recollect, oh, there is a spelling mistake, so we can alter that. We execute it, and now I get my prompt back that indicates the line is correct. Very similarly, I can import NumPy as NP. So in this line, let me just say the meaning of this line, where import is my keyword, NumPy is my inbuilt library, and when I am using, I have to create an instance of NumPy. So here I am using NP as my instance. You can say it's an object, you can say it's alias name, and I am using my keyword called AS. So import NumPy as NP. And as my NumPy is also giving me a correct, let me change the directory by saying os.chdr and my path where I have my CSV file. So I have received my data from the client in the format of CSV file. CSV is command separated file. So look at this folder where I have a folder called E colon. In that Python MA is my folder, and in that I have one CSV file called toyota.csv, and I want to read that file. So I'll show you that file how it look like. So look at this toyota.csv, and it has this much records, and we want to see that how it look like when I read it into the Python, right? So I am opening my compiler, I am giving my path, I'm giving E colon slash my Python MA is my folder name. So let me give my change the directory. Is all good. Now I'll use my pandas library. So pandas library के लिए we have already created an object called pd. So let's say pd dot read underscore csv. This is my method to read the file, and the file name is toyota.csv. Let me check with the spelling and the uppercase and lowercase. So it's a T capital Toyota.csv, here Toyota.csv, and now this file is going to search in the folder called Python MA, which is inside E drive, and if everything is all right, is going to read the file and which returns me the data. If it returns the data, I have to store it in a one of the object. So let me store the object name, let's say car data, since Toyota is a car data equals to, and let me run this line. Perfect. And if I'll say car underscore data, sorry, car underscore data, and if I'll run that line, it must display all the data. Wow, it's showing all the data. Can you see here from 0 to 1436? It's a total 1435, total 1436 are my rows and columns. But it's showing few data from the top and few data from the bottom. Of course, it's not possible to display all the data. So there are few commands available. So if you look at, I have done this, change the directory, then I have, let's say, read the CSV file. I want to see that now. What is the next command called columns? I want to see how many columns are there. So what I can see here is my car underscore data is my object name, which is consist of all the data and columns. And let me run. Columns hai ki column? So it's a columns, yes. And now let me run. So look at this. It is showing me all the column names, that is price, age, kilometer, fuel type, etc. And very similarly, I can display the other command called size or shape. So let me say here my data is car underscore data dot shape, and if I'll run that, it's showing that 1436 are my number of records, 11 are number of columns, right? That's it for today. This is just for an introduction to the topic called how to use libraries in Python. Thank you.